Hi, good morning. My name is Atira Dalila binti Abdul Rahman, 2020973285. For today, our group wanted to present about our assignment, which is environmental policy. Environmental policy is a solution used by the government or any organization to lessen or, if possible, to avoid any harmful human activities that can affect negatively to the environment and ecosystem. As for this modern area, Malaysia has been undergoing changes in their technology, ecosystem and economy. As for Malaysia, some organizations have been using technology machines, greatest technology machines, and sometimes they dispose their waste in the lake or ocean, and it can affect negatively to the people that live in that area, and it can also affect the marine life. Because of that, the government has provided some activities to spread awareness about how important it is to keep our environment clean and safe. As for that, government have been show interest in awareness by collaboration with Ministry of Environment and UNESCO to promote education for sustainable development within schools. However, Ministry of Education has provided resources such as lesson plan and syllabus to guide teachers to contribute environmental education into their teaching in environmental education into K-12 curriculum, particularly in science and geography subjects. It is best to spread awareness through students so that they can keep this as a habit and keep it spread to their friends or to any pupil that they see. And in order to keep our environment safe, there are several people that can make it happen. For example, our our government, teachers, parents and friends, or even ourselves. They can start it by reducing plastic bag and straw, or using recycled goods, and plant more trees and keep our environmental safe. By doing this, it will benefit all of people and our marine life, our ecosystem and our environment. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Nazri. My student number is 2020-950755 and I'm from AM110-2C. So, I want to present to you and all about policy problems, main objective and goals of the environmental policy. So, this is a process of identification of policy problems through public demands for presidency action. The creation of the Environmental Protection Agency. See what our environmental policies have achieved and also the limitations we must overcome now. After that, together with the victory of fresh air and water, the primary generation of environmental policies also create poor bureaucracy, high cost, political polarization, and a contentious atmosphere. Furthermore, we also must know performance-based measures are all promising strategy for the second generation on environmental policy, but none are effective. Okay, next, an example of a standard problem in our country is that the restriction of facility. This could be associated with the issue that always occur within the state of Selangor, such as residents often have this problem and residents don't make initial preparation and don't think have to happen fairly often. This problem of facility restriction, which is a problem, the government can make an initial initiative, which is the most to create a dam or an oversized tank that stores clean water for the residents so as to beat this problem a touch, which the initiative that has been planned by the government. So, main objective for environmental policy is linked to the present TN50 vision. Additionally, this TN50 was proposed by the then Prime Minister of Malaysia is to extend and accelerate the progress of the Malaysian economy at the additional time to be able to protect and preserve the environment by limiting the speed of use of natural resources. Therefore, TN50 is that the new norm for the new policy and vision 2020, which may be a symbol for Malaysia. So its people have development plans within the next 30 years, which this vision of TN50 we will relate to the issue that are faced by the government today. This is often because when the government takes the first initiative as an answer to the issue of the residents will feel happy and there will be no fights caused by every resident who has got to venture out to seek out facility. Additionally, society has to be empowered through education, mass media, and enforcement. Education is a vital strategy in shaping human development. It's ready to give knowledge and awareness to the individual to become more sensitive to sustainable development. Sustainable communities have to form given the issue of nature around is becoming more prevalent, especially in urban areas. Party government, private, and NGOs are encouraged to produce continuing education to consumers and approve that from the company to the government, bottom up, in order that the community participates have the chance to voice suggestions, ideas, or problems in an attempt to make sustainable community. Okay, that's all from me and thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nafisha Huzaira. My UiTM ID number is 2020957005 and today I want to present 2 points from my group assignment, which is the first one is implementation strategy of the TN15 and the second one is actor interaction. Implement strategy of the TN15 environment policy is sustainable development approach in Malaysia is a country that has taken to consideration sustainable development in its policy. Besides that, in the in-depth study show that environment performance in Malaysia is ranked 9 among 133 countries. However, since the Rio Summit in 1992 was held, Malaysia has planned to start a sustainable development plan to archive the status of sustainable countries. Furthermore, planning at the 1992 Rio Summit was extended and brought back to the attention of the public Johannesburg in 2002. In addition, in 2015, for every nation and religion in planning or organizing to ensure the success of their own government and policies. In fact, Malaysia is the one of the countries very serious in archiving goals and mission in developing with a new vision called Nation Transformation 2015 or TN15. In addition, TN50 was proposed by the Prime Minister of the Malaysia to enhance the progress of the Malaysian economy at the same time to be able to protect and preserve the environment of natural resources. This clearly stated in TN15 so that by 2015, the government at the time wanted excellence in 5 regional circles. For example, such as society, environment, economy, technology, as well innovation and governance. Which TN15 Malaysia looks very serious not only empowering their social status or in other words is social station and economic level but also preserving the environment towards a sustainable country by 2015. So the next point is acted in corrections. The actors in creating TN50 environmental policy are from the hustle to success and make the national transformation 2015 to make Malaysia among the highest 20 countries in the world in terms of economy. In addition, the former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak at the time had launched a special group circle of future as part of National Transformation 2015 initiative. However, Khairi Jamaluddin said to see National Transformation 2015 can be implemented or not, it depends of the Malaysian themselves. In addition, the main actors who make policy in the TN15 environment are the young or teenagers. Because the young people or teenagers, they are here to next generation of Malaysians. Lastly, the former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib said that the young people today are the key actors in the development of the country in the future. Thus, the mapping the long run of the country, we must begin by taking note or understanding their aspirations by taking the initiative approach in TN15.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Iman Hakim bin Amisaini. My matrix number is 2020-950291. So now, I will elaborate my 2 points, which is the policy strength and weakness and recommendation. TN50, on the other hand, precedes general election and applies the existing policy pattern to set and track primary performance measure, also known as KPI. However, a comprehensive national transition will ultimately, beyond generalities, combat tensions between perception, even conflicts. The KPI model directly or indirectly underpins the short and medium term, from 2 to 5 years development plans of Malaysia or oriented initiatives such as the Education Blueprint. It is certainly bold and unprecedented to apply this definition to a comprehensive roadmap of 30 years of transition, but is it wise and effective? On these important issues, TN50 provides an opportunity to look for regional viewpoints. If required, it is practically difficult to ask for concrete targets on a regional bottom-up basis with range, step and timetables to be determined. Consensus on development goals may be established by having apparently unanimous consensus on clearly appropriate goals such as high income or World Cup qualification. In particular, Najib and Khairi want to distinguish between TN50 and Vision 2020, which have not set goals and objectives. The key target of Malaysia for 2020 is to reach the high income threshold of the country based on gross national income per capita. In the 2015 Success in School Assessment, PISA, Malaysia registered an excessively low response rate, rendering the overall outcome unrepresentative and unreliable. For some Malaysians, Harmony implies preserving the system, but for others, it is institutional strength that matters, which is fair elections, autonomous court, media freedom, effective and accountable administration. To improve its ranking, Malaysia has made a firm commitment to a uniform foreign evaluation. Najib said Malaysia should enter a world top 20 ranking at the launch of TN50, while opening proposals on the category of this achievement. In recent years, the weak ringgit, based on GNI per capita in US dollars, could delay Malaysia's prospective graduation to a high income level beyond its 2020 target year. Next, mobilize instrument and gather thoughts are the key advantages of an exercise such as TN50. Focus is put on productive, responsive administration under the governance banner, while the issues of stagnating real salaries, corruption, the justice system, civil liberties, and fair elections seems to be out of the question. TN50 evokes optimism and optimistic emotions, but can it accept forward-looking thoughts emerging from the frustration of the status quo? Discussion sessions were followed by reminders of the government's achievement and public expenditure, particularly in the areas of infrastructure, welfare payments and steady economic growth. Under the Barisan Nasional Administration, the TN50 is expected to invest even more on its flagship economic and social policies as a program, while subtly pursuing political changes and institutional changes. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nazia Miti Nazri, 201940404686. To sum up about this topic, finally, it may be concluded that until recently, environmental issue has been largely ignored in conventional economic analysis and decision making, whose main objective has generally focused on profit maximization. Though scarcity of environmental resources and service may be very high in certain regions of the world, the economic value generally placed on them is often underestimated and close to zero. In many cases, this has led to an unsustainable path of economic growth. It is also stressed that evidence does not provide a clear response to the question of whether economic growth and environment protection and conservation are conflicting or complementary goals. Rather, it shows that trade-off and complementarities depend on various other factors such as the scale and the structure of the economic and the social systems, technology, efficiency with which natural resources are used. Finally, it is argued that as not all of these objectives can be maximized, it is important that trade-offs among them are analyzed and made clear, and that any decision-making focusing on one or two of these dimensions may not lead to sustainable development. That's all from me. Thank you.